There's a specific kind of tiredness that has nothing to do with sleep. You're not just physically exhausted, you are emotionally tired. Even simple things feel like they require effort. Reading feels like too much, writing feels like too much, even thinking feels like too much. And this is usually the moment people stop both. They stop reading and stop writing. Not because they don't care about it anymore, but because it feels like they don't have the energy to do it properly. To read attentively, to write something meaningful, so they step away. And sometimes that turns into days or weeks or months. But what if reading didn't require that kind of energy? What if it didn't have to be focused, analytical, or even consistent? What if it could meet you exactly where you are? This is where the idea of reading needs to shift slightly. Because emotionally tired reading is not the same as regular reading. You're not reading to understand everything, you're reading to stay lightly connected to something outside your own mental fatigue. That's it. It could be a single page, a paragraph, even just a few lines. And you don't even have to retain it. You don't have to remember what you read. You just let it pass through you. There's something very grounding about that. Because when you're emotionally tired, your inner world can feel heavy. And reading, even in small amounts, creates a slight shift in that weight. Not by solving anything, just by introducing another voice that isn't your own thoughts repeating. Poetry works especially well here because it doesn't demand sustained attention. You can read a few lines from Mary Oliver and let them sit with you for a while. You don't have to interpret them, you just notice how they land. Or even something reflective like Khalil Gibran, short passages that don't require you to follow a long narrative. This is not lesser reading, it's a different kind of reading, one that respects your current capacity. And writing on days like this can follow the same approach. You don't need a full page of reflection. You might just write, I don't have the energy to think deeply today, and stop there. Or, this line stayed with me, but I don't know why. That counts because the goal here isn't depth, it's continuity. Staying connected to the practice, even when your energy is low. There's something important about that because when you only show up to reading and writing, when you feel mentally clear and emotionally available, it becomes fragile. But when you allow it to exist even in low energy states, it becomes something you can rely on, something steady. If you think about it, emotional tiredness isn't something you can push through by effort. It requires gentleness. And reading, when approached this way, becomes less about performance and more about quiet support. So maybe it's not about, can I read properly right now? And more about what is the smallest form of reading I can return to today without effort. Even a few lines. And if you're okay with it, tell me, when you feel emotionally tired, do you stop reading completely or do you shift the way you read? Because that shift might be what allows you to stay connected without feeling drained by it. And sometimes that's enough.